cut this thing open and see what it's been eating.
Feral cats are different to domestic cats. They're more aggressive and the impact on the environment is severe.
Feral cats are the problem, not the domestic cats.
We are drawing a line in the sand today. On our watch, no more species extinction.
Our little natives don't stand a chance against them.
It's very, very difficult to control some of these species.
It's actually a war. It's an Australia-wide problem.
There's a choice to be made here between ongoing decimation of our native fauna and protecting a feral species.
I think the cats are winning at this stage, but we're trying our best.
You're stashing cups in your room.
Trying to keep the place half tidy with them kids is mission impossible. Gotta clean you up for school.
Right, you need socks. You need to go find socks.
We're always condemned as rednecks. You just got to live with it. You just got to cop it.
Do you want me to do it?
Just checking out a few of these Facebook posts on a SBS cat article they've put up. One from Nicole. I think we need to focus on the steps that we need to take in reducing wild cat populations, such as desexing, as it was humans who introduced the cats to Australia in the first place. Well, Nicole, desexing feral cats is not going to save our native wildlife. We need a cull. They're eating them, not screwing them to death.
And they're breeding like they breed like anything.
Some people have got no idea.
This is Ben and I's wedding day at Goswick Church. It's actually really pretty. It's in the middle like of a roundabout on a property.
Lacey!
These people who don't like us killing feral cats, they take it to a whole new level.
Oh, yes! Oh!
I would never turn around and say, I hope your family dies, because that's just not right. I have a son that doesn't like killing, but absolutely understands. He sees the destruction when we go out and do our job. And he says to me, Mum, I don't like killing, but I know why you do it.
No, I'm not the villain.
If my son, who is 11 and autistic, can understand that, why can't a 30-something-year-old adult?
Anyone who wants to argue on the most humane method of dispatching feral animals, you just can't go past a bullet. We'll be using 180 grain Woodley weld cores. They mushroom well, usually don't get any over penetration, with a lot of damage done to the vitals, and always a quick and humane kill. We're not out to cause any pain or suffering, even if it is only a feral cat.
More and more women are starting to shoot and get out there. I think there is a bit of a belief that guys are better shooters. If you tell me girls can't shoot, I probably would say I could probably shoot better than you.
Fit that in.
Our native wildlife are unique. There's nothing anywhere else in the world. We're doing an important job that needs to be done.
Now I have to squeeze these out. Get all the fur solution out as much as I can. I'm Barry, live in American River, Kangaroo Island. I trap feral cats and give them another home. I keep a record of every cat that I catch, and the total's 1,438. 2.2. I'm not that fussed if people have their cats. I just have the thing for the feral cat. Here's a few bits and pieces that I make. Here's one, long and skinny. Then we have Splat. This one's the heaviest, 7.2 kilo. And this is a special one. Strange, isn't it? Then I have my visitor's book. I'm on my second one now. Well, the people who visit me and see my things, they think I'm doing a good job. Hello.
Hello, Barry.
Hello,
My name's
Ian.
Ian. And it's my friend Lola.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Lola.
I'm the cat man. But there's people out there who probably don't think I'm doing a good job. People think I'm a cat hater, but I'm not. We just hate the feral ones.
Right, okay.
You know, domestic cat just sits and meows and says, meow, feed me. But it's the feral ones. The cats that I've removed would probably have killed millions of birds. The bird life around the river has dramatically improved. And curiosity.
Oh, right. Oh, yes.
Curiosity. You know what Curiosity did? That's my art. These are my favourites. These are not for sale, back off. And I'm quite happy to discuss with a cat lover the pros of keeping a cat at home or a feral cat.
So Barry, in Florida, I live on the edge of a swamp. I have my 2 cats inside, and we have feral cats. And in St. Petersburg, Florida, there is a push to capture, neuter, and then release feral cats.
I'm not interested in their breeding habits, it's their eating habits. And they're still going to eat if they're out there. I don't want to shoot them, but they're just not rehomeable. I'll be quite happy to give you a full adult feral cat to take home and look after. Let me know how you get on. The farmer's rung me up and said he's seen cats here. Get one by the door here, and it's a bit cold and windy, they'll be looking for cover, so I'll set 3 here and see how I go. Make sure the door works. Yep.
On a property that Ben and I worked on contract shooting, there was a resident little possum, and she became really attached to Ben. Unfortunately, though, we went down one weekend and we found little bits of her spread along the front of the hut. She's dearly missed. Feral cats are a problem. They're a huge problem, and they need to be dealt with. Because if they're not dealt with, we're not going to have native animals. They'll end up hitting the endangered list, and then they'll be gone. And shooting them, culling them out is the only effective way.
At least we got rid of one out of the environment anyway.
That's a tomcat that she's been hanging around with, so probably a heap of kittens here somewhere. We might find them tonight, who knows.
We're here today because Roland and his wife have called me out. There've been sightings of feral cats.
On the peak of that hill there.
They're conservationists, want to look after what they've got here in native animals, and hopefully we can go and get a few.
Yeah,
Too
very
thick.
thick bush here, so we'll have to trap. There's not much chance of shooting anything. If you were to see anything, it'd be gone in an instant, basically. So we'll go and set some traps.
Probably one of the most humane ways of dispatching cats. They're just a simple drop-down door on a floor plate. Get here quick and destroy him in the cage.
A lot of the time when people leave their job, they leave their pets behind, so you tend to get a lot of cats that were domestic and become feral left around the houses. So we'll put a trap in here.
Looks like I got one. Oh, there's another one too. I don't really want to annoy them too much. And I cover them up. It calms them down. They're not trashing around in the cage. And I don't want to carry this next to my body where he can get his claws through the cage and get me. Yeah, put down as humanely as possible. I've spoken to 4 or 5 vets. The RSPCA sent me a letter when I first started, please explain. I rang them up and he was satisfied with how it was being done, and I haven't heard from him since. Yeah, I hear you. Hello, Posse. Well, they're native, they're protected. Yeah, come on, turn around. You don't want to come out. Come on, out you go. There we go. Out you go. There we go. Here's the heavy one. Just take him down through here. Yes, it's confronting to the people who see what I do or hear about what I do, but a lot of people come here are extremely supportive. Not just removing the feral cats, but the skinning and the tanning and giving them another life. He's dead. Me skinning them, that was something that happened and continued on and got good at. And out of hundreds of visitors and phone calls and letters, I've only ever had 2 death threats. Anything over 4.5 I class as a big cat. I think they objected to me actually killing the cat to start with. What I did with the cat after really upset them. That's their life. They worry about me doing cats, then I'm quite happy for them to ring me up and discuss how you do things, but they don't do that. They just send death threats. I'll take them to the refuge depot. Cost me $6 to dump a body. Now I sold him down. Roll him up. Hang him up for a fortnight. There we go.
My son Hunter's been obsessed with reptiles, spiders and snakes his whole life, so he's not scared of them. He's definitely cat food, but
If the cat had found him, they would have eaten him.
Looks like he could do with the feed. What a beauty. A few feathers there. It's highly likely to be a fox or a cat kill. He would have climbed up the tree and pulled the baby out of the nest and eaten it on the ground. He didn't leave much anyway. Making a plan, he's going to run through the middle of it with the header, make him fly out everywhere. Mate.
Yeah, I think they're right over that side where that tree is.
Oh, they're just in here, are they?
Yeah, I'll talk to you on the two-way and I'll tell you where they're up to.
All right.
And go from there.
See if we can cut them off.
Yeah,
See if we can't stuff it up.
Yeah,
She'll be right.
No, we're at the tree. Gus is going to jump on the top of this thing so he can get a bit of a view, and he'll jump back in and tell me where they're at.
Hey! There's a big pig there.
A lot of people just don't understand what we as hunters are actually doing.
This way. Run, Hunter. Out that way. Run that way, mate. Run. Just keep running.
We're only getting rid of the feral animals that are affecting our native ecosystem. Pigs, foxes, dogs, cats, and these are all decimating our native species.
Going straight towards Hunter. You're going to run into him, look. Ready? Shoot in.
Zeus has got him.
Get on, get on, get on.
Zeus had him.
We had half a dozen small ones. We didn't get a thing. They went everywhere.
For some reason, Garen doesn't like doing any of this technical stuff himself, so...
I'm a mechanic. I'm a builder. Anything to do with the spanner. You're it.
Good, I'll fix your car if you fix me house.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a good deal. We're good.
Electricity.
We've got a bit of structure here, an old tip, a bit of broken down farm machinery, so it's a good place for holding cats. So we'll set a trap here and see how we go. Get your 308 there. Oh, great shot, Hunter. Hey, he dropped him.
We like to hunt, and we're labelled as bloodthirsty killers and all the rest of it, but it's just not true. If you're going to call yourself a true animal lover, you're going to put the value on our natives first.
I think we're the true conservationists, to tell you the truth.
Well, yeah.
Don't kill any native species. The only thing we hunt is ferals.
Sort of good once you get into the hunting and shooting community. You make friends for life, really. But
that's it.
You're all in there doing the same thing, copping the same criticism. And could be a few death threats.
I've had plenty of them over the years.
Well, I guess a lot of people have never spent much time in environment like this. And ever since my kids were little babies, they've been away camping, hunting, fishing. Deegan knows animals back to front. Like, he knows all the natives. I guess he might pick his interest up from me. I've always had an interest in animals and wildlife. I've always been in the bush, so I guess he's just following in me footsteps. When you catch a feral cat in the cage, he's pretty agitated when you get there, but I try and dispatch him as quickly as possible. It's got to be a direct shot to the brain. That'll render it instantly unconscious and dead before it hits the ground. Quick and clean as you can get it, I think. Be a lump of a cat.
Yeah,
Cat that size would have no trouble taking down any of the bird life around here.
Cut this thing open and see what it's been eating. All for the cause. Everything seems to be pretty broken down, so it's really hard to see.
Bird.
A bird?
Yep. Bit hard to tell what sort at the moment, but we can tell that he's definitely been eating birds. That's the stomach contents of a feral cat that someone's dissected. You can see why they claim that they take 1,000 natives a year. 3 animals per cat per day.
The statistics are a bit cloudy as far as how many feral cats are out there. I think the last time I read there was 8 million feral cats and 2.5 million domestic, which I think they both do as much damage. People say they look after their cats, but they let them roam at night, so they're out killing most of the time, whether they like to admit it or not.
Actually going to get 3 out of this one, by the look of it, but normally only 2. Everyone seems to want one with a tail. They're always the first to go, but I only get 1 a cat. Hello dear, how's the jamming going?
All right there, honey. He's kind, generous, cuddly.
What sort of animals do you think we'll see out here today? Echidna, koala. Don't see a platypus up on the side of a hill.
Found a wallaby.
That's a wallaroo, isn't it? I couldn't see.
It's got a pouch.
I don't think we'd ever see feral cats eradicated in my kid's lifetime. The pace we're going at the moment, the number of natives they kill every year, once these natives are gone, they're gone. Absolutely urgent that we start doing our bit towards controlling feral cats. I try to never let them get away.
2,000 female cats on the island were producing a lot more kittens than the government or myself or other people are removing. So I think the cats are winning at this stage, but we're trying our best. If we can't get rid of them on a little island, I think Australia will have a real problem. But I'm only a little cat trapper. I do my bit. Feral cats eat bush-tailed possums, little pygmy possums, short-beaked echidnas, southern brown bandicoots, wallaby joeys, little blue wrens, fairy penguins, honey-eaters, marbled gecko, a rosenberg goanna, tiger snakes, brown froglets, birds' eggs, dunnarts, bilbies, lyrebirds, sugar gliders, long-necked turtles, bush rats, numbats, feather tongs, northern quolls, western grand parrots, woolly wagtails, skinks, lizards and silver eyes.